School football team began the season with high expectations, but not even the most loyal of fans could foresee the flawless play the Patriots would display throughout the year. Rolling to an undefeated regular season, the Patriots knocked off some of Atlanta's finest high schools to set up a dogfight with old nemesis the Griffin Bears. The Patriots prevailed 17-14 to capture the North Georgia Championship, the first ever in the school's history. It took a last-second field goal by traditional powerhouse Valdosta team to finally end the Patriots' 14-1 banner season in the state championship game. But it was a season never to be forgotten in the hearts of Peachtree fans, and definitely one to be remembered by this man, T.S. Mcfarren, the mastermind behind this powerful Peachtree team.
I'd say football's a religion to Coach Mcfarren. The boys respect him.
Coach T's got to be one of the best coaches, I think. He spends hours working on all of his plays and on our defenses, on our specialty teams. All around, they're just a fantastic coaching staff.
He's done a great job. It's like last year, he was Coach of the Year again this year, and he was last year was Coach of the Year, and that's just, you know, attributed to how great a coach he really is.
Mcfarren's record speaks for itself. In his first year at Peachtree, he turned a perennial loser into a 10-1-1 team that won their region. 5 of his 7 teams have won 10 or more games. He has won 71 games in 7 seasons as Peachtree's coach, and has an amazing winning percentage.
Someday, Lindsay, someday I'm going to repay you for this.
The greatest football coach in Peachtree history. Mcfarren took his team into the 1982 season with an opening game against arch-rival Dunwoody. The Patriots appeared to be in mid-season form as they stomped the Wildcats 24-0. Brad Schroeder scored on a 54-yard run on the Patriots' first possession to set up the rout. The Patriots moved the ball at will against the Wildcats, both on the ground and in the air. And when John Stevens returned a long punt return, the Patriots were in business. Todd Rampley passed for touchdowns to Jeff Cole and John Stevens and introduced a balanced offensive attack that will give Peachtree opponents nightmares throughout the season. And the Patriot defense was flawless, completely shutting down the frustrated Wildcat attack. The defense continued their dominance the next week against Tucker and earned the second straight shutout in as many games. The offense, meanwhile, continued to execute with precision, and in scoring 17 points, had their second victory of the season. Against Stone Mountain, Todd Rampley threw a pair of touchdown passes to his ace receivers, John Stevens and Jeff Cole. In the the defense gave up their first points of the season, they were still the dominating force of the game, as they were the following week against Redan. The Patriot offense continued to pile up the yardage and the points. When Bill Worthington blocked the Redan field goal attempt, the Patriots had their third shutout in their first 4 games and left the field undefeated. Overlooked by many is the Peachtree Auxiliary Unit. The band, cheerleaders, majorettes, flag corps, and drill team provide an excellent source of entertainment. Thus the reason for this feature. The Patriots resumed their season against a strong Lakeside team. It was to be the Patriots' biggest challenge thus far in the young season, and they responded triumphantly. Well-balanced offensive attack and the pursuing Patriot defense secured a hard-fought 14-0 victory. Carried their high level of play over the next week and easily knocked off a strong Columbia team 24-6. Brad Schroeder touchdowns and the Rampley to Bradham pass were more than enough to boost Peachtree to a 6-0 record. Every championship team has a particular leader, that one person who can take charge when the chips are down and respond under pressure. Todd Rampley, a 6'2", 190-pound junior quarterback, did just that for the Patriots in '82 and led them in their best season ever.
Todd's great. I mean, he's an excellent quarterback.
Was there unity on offense? Was the plays balanced?
And he led it. He led it the whole way. He was the leader.
Todd is one of the best quarterbacks in the state, and I wouldn't have had any other person to throw to me.
Rampley threw for over 1,500 yards, completed over 57% of his passes, and threw 14 touchdown passes. He was truly Peachtree's leader in '82. The Patriots were standing tall midway through the season with a 6-0 record when they had to go up against a tough team from Douglas High School. Played well in the first half, moving the ball with success on Douglas's tough defense. And when Guy Thacker ran 25 yards with a fumble, it appeared that Peachtree had sewed up their 7th straight win. But Douglas came back, scoring 2 late touchdowns. They tied the score and gave Peachtree a run for their money.
That's the first time that in our whole time at Peachtree that we've really been scared. You know, we weren't behind or anything, but we were tied. And when we came back in that fourth quarter like we did, it showed that we had a chance.
The Patriots indeed showed their character in the waning moments of the game, and with the game on the line, marched to the score that would keep their perfect record intact. Week, everything went right for Peachtree as they demolished Washington 39-0 and went 8-0 on the season. In addition to Rampley's deadly passing, the Patriots' offense featured a balanced attack that was unparalleled in the region. Behind a strong, experienced offensive line, Peachtree set new records right and left, including a high of 332 points scored, an average of 21.4 points per game.
We were just like brothers up on the offensive line. We held hands in the huddles. That's just the brotherly love the whole team had.
Center Robbie Davison guards Herb Payne and Park Day, and tackles Tim Geiger and Denver Molinax cleared the way for the talented Patriot runners, such as Brad Schroeder, a 5'11", 176-pound junior who bowled his way to 1,000 yards to lead the Peachtree ground game. Fleet-footed Craig Goldberg complimented Schroeder perfectly and broke for the big yardage on numerous occasions. When Schroeder or Goldberg went out, number 23 Troy Bradham and number 38 P.J. Johnson had their turn to run the daylight. Game, Rampley teamed up with a variety of sure-handed receivers. Among them, number 80, Jeff Cole, number 28, John Stevens, Lee Hicks, and number 87, Robbie Haney. If a Patriot drive stalled, number 14, Kirk Roach, came in to assure the Patriots of at least 3 points. Toward the late stages of the season, Peachtree breezed past Henderson 33-7. And found themselves one game away from completing a perfect season. Accomplished their goal the next week by clobbering Southwest Dekalb 20-3 and finishing the regular season at a perfect 10-0. Some of Peachtree's greatest moments in '82 came when the opponents had the ball, for the Patriots' defense was simply awesome, allowing a measly 37 points in the regular season and recording 6 shutouts in their first 11 games. By tackles Jim Petty and Wayne Crawford, and defensive ends Randy Watson and Guy Thacker, the Patriot defensive line was next to impossible to penetrate. Opposing offenses found it just as difficult to run against the Patriot linebacking corps of Steve Tucker, Troy Bradham, and Ricky Miller. defensive backfield of John Noren, Chris Yancey, Bill Worthington, and Steve Squire completely shut down the opponent's aerial game. The Patriots warmed up for the playoffs with great expectations, for this team, many thought, was the greatest Peachtree team ever. The Patriots looked impressive in their first playoff game as they defeated Tucker 17-0. Peachtree won their region with a 10-3 victory over the Lakeside Vikings. The 13th consecutive victory of the year, Peachtree humiliated Sprayberry 41-10 and won the area title. With a 13-0 record, the Patriots went into the North Georgia Championship game to play Griffin, a team they had never beaten in a game they had never won. But this '82 Patriot team was unlike all others before it.
Griffin, they had a good team, and we outplayed them. They were bigger than we were, they were faster, but Peachtree played as a team like they usually do.
Griffin scored first to go on top 7-0, and for the first time in the '82 season, Peachtree was behind. But when Troy Bradham returned the ensuing kickoff into Griffin territory, it gave the Patriots the momentum they needed. The rest of the game belonged to Peachtree.
Was there a particular game or point during the season when you said, hey, we can go all the way?
Well, I think before the season we were saying that to each other because we didn't really have superstars on this team. Since we all played as a team, and we all stay as a team, and I think that's how we, came out so good.
Okay, 10 years from now, when you look back on this team, what will you remember the most?
Well, a lot of people talk about state and winning and all, which we weren't able to do. We gave it our best effort, but I think the biggest thing that we'll remember 10 years from now is what we learned from the coaches and the brotherhood and the unity that we were able to achieve from just being together. We were a real close bunch.
I've seen the boys grow. I mean, from 13-year-olds, 14, right out of the Papuana League or North DeKalb or Murphy Candler to, I'd say, all young men and all 17, 18-year-olds. I've seen them play when they was 8th grade and they went undefeated. I've seen these juniors and seniors undefeated on B team. Here they are, their varsity year. I've announced all their ball games. Seen them go undefeated their varsity year. Maybe it's a good luck piece or what, but it's something I'm really proud of, really proud of.
What made my year would probably be the send-off we got before the state championship game. There's people lined up all up and down the streets and the bus ride. I mean, that just made my year because just to know that we had so much support.
Peachtree and Valdosta met on a rainy Saturday night in early December in a game that would more than live up to its championship label. The Patriots were definitely not intimidated as they came out and took control of the game over the traditional favored Valdosta team. From 2 yards out, early in the first quarter, the Patriots led 7-0. Unfortunately, Peachtree couldn't put the game away in the early going. When the breaks went Valdosta's way, so did the score. Even so, the contest was knotted at 7-all with 37 seconds to play when Herbert Lowe's 24-yard field goal ended the game. A game that really had no loser. And though Patriot heads hung low, they had nothing to shame, for they had done something that no other Peachtree team had ever done. And in the hearts of many, they were the champions of the North and of the South. For they made 1982 a season that Patriot fans will never forget.